What's up, A to Z Sports Titan Game Day Live? This is the halftime show as the Titans are up on the Washington Commanders 14-10 there with Derrick Henry scoring a 1-yard touchdown with under a minute left in the second quarter. So the Titans have yet another halftime lead. The fourth time this season the Titans have had a halftime lead, but my goodness, is this game ugly or what? But we're here to break down our halftime show. Sam Phelan in for Zach Bingham here on Titan Game Day Live. Sam, real quickly, tell everybody what they need to do as we get this rapid fire halftime show off and running. Welcome in, Sam.
Yeah, real quick, everybody go share the show. Every Titans fan that you know that's on social media, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, whatever it is, share the show. Let's get them in here. Let's hear more opinions. It's rapid fire, trying to fire this off and talk as much Titans football as we can during halftime. So go share it, get it out there, and we're going to hear from every Titans fan, hear you in the comments, and Austin and I are going to be breaking this down here before we get set for the second half.
Yep, let's do it officially. But before we start and get your opinions, all of our Titan Game Day Live content this season brought to you by 3 apps you need to download on your phone. The Nodat app so you can discover your city. The Crumble Cookies app, you just need some cookies, that's good. And also the BetMGM app, as the Titans were 1-point favorites for this game. Also MrGoodRoof.com for your roofing, gutter, and window specialists. And Buddy Allen Carpet One, Nashville.com. So Sam Phelan in for Zach. What's your official instant reaction off the first half of that game? Ugly, but the Titans do have a 4-point lead.
Yeah, it's weird that we're talking about them with a 4-point lead right now, given as much that went wrong. Derrick Henry basically putting this offense solely on his back and carrying them to a 4-point lead. An incredible effort. 84 yards, or 83 yards and a touchdown in the first half, and a lot of plays that got called back too, where he's just running through contact, doing it on his own. The offensive line play has been atrocious. Ryan Tannehill is doing his best. There's really only so much you can do. He hasn't had much time to throw. The O-line's getting bull rushed every which way in every direction, and Tannehill's out there hung out to dry a little bit. And somehow they've put together 2 touchdowns, much thanks to Derrick Henry. And on cue, Austin, I mentioned it in the pregame show, De'Ami Brown, 75-yard touchdown, and the explosive plays for the Titans secondary, Caleb Farley getting beat in an ugly fashion. You said it best. He looks slow, looks like he's not really ready back there to play cornerback, and you don't know what's going on with him. But it's a problem that I expected Carson Wentz and the Commanders to exploit. They have. It's been an ugly first half of football, and somehow we sit here once again with the Titans out in front of a game that it feels like they've played poorly.
Yeah, well, let's break that down, and we will talk about Caleb Farley being terrible, the offensive line, and how bad they are. But let's think about this. The Titans gave up 1 play. So the Titans defense as a whole is doing a really good job. Sure, they missed, 3 tackles on 1 play by Terry McLaurin, but Jeffrey Simmons is an absolute beast. Hopefully he's okay after getting banged up a little bit there. Yeah, Caleb Farley gives up a big bomb, and that's where the Commanders got their touchdown from. But overall, I do think you have to be okay with where the defense is at. But yeah, Caleb Farley, Sam, and I tweeted this, I feel like Caleb Farley's lack of confidence in his ability to play corner is paralyzing his athletic ability. Because we watched Caleb Farley with our eyes, Sam, throughout training camp, and he was not, these type of things were not happening to Caleb Farley. He's freezing, he's locking up mentally, which is affecting his ability to just run. There is no reason why a wide receiver in the NFL should just run by Caleb Farley, other than the fact that he's just overthinking and overanalyzing everything, and he is just getting smoked out there by that. But they have to play him because Terrence Mitchell isn't any good either. So Terrence Mitchell gives up 150 yards to Matt Collins, and Caleb Farley gets smoked, but there by De'Ami Brown. So there's not a really good option for the Titans at corner outside of Christian Fulton when McCreary has to play the slot.
Yeah, and unfortunately, that's the situation you're dealing with right now. Missing Elijah Molden, missing Ugo Amadi, 2 guys that could potentially make you more flexible to go into the nickel, move McCreary out wide. Without either of those 2 guys, as the Titans have been now for 3.5 games, you're stuck with Terrence Mitchell or Caleb Farley and trusting one of them to make a play. Trey Avery obviously didn't work out in the Buffalo game either. So this is just kind of what it is. And it's unfortunate because early in the season, we were talking about the Titans defense saying, well, they have to get their run defense together. They have to be able to stop the run. Washington has, 7 carries for 12 yards so far today. The run defense has been elite, right? And they've gotten a sack on Carson Wentz. Maybe not as much pressure on the pass as they would have liked to, but the front four ultimately has done their job. Like you said, it's the second level now that's struggling with making some tackles, with getting some of their inside linebackers into coverage. And then, the back end of their secondary, of course, Caleb Farley giving up the big play. And it's those X plays that have made them so vulnerable to these games where we feel like, wait a minute, they've controlled this entire game. How is this sneaking up on them all of a sudden? And it's because when you let up big plays, that can happen in a hurry here. And so, yeah, Caleb Farley, the confidence issue, I think, is a real thing. And I think Christian Fulton told you it was a real thing when he told you what being benched and being taken out of games and not giving opportunity can do to a defensive back psyche. And now here he is once again getting an opportunity, but not looking like himself. And it's been the Achilles heel of the defense so far.
Let's talk about Caleb Farley a little bit longer. Then we'll move on to the offensive line too, because I did see this comment from a couple people. Vrabel has ruined Farley. Do you think Mike Vrabel has mishandled Caleb Farley's confidence, or is this just simply a Caleb Farley problem and Vrabel doesn't have any responsibility in this?
Well, I think it's both. Caleb Farley obviously has responsibility. I don't want to sit here and say, well, the coach ruined the player, because at the end of the day, you have to have the defensive back mentality. It was something Fulton brought up when he spoke about it, was like, well, our job is to kind of be confident. You have to be confident at all times. That being said, I said at the time when they took Caleb Farley out and when they played Terrence Mitchell over him, that it doesn't help anybody. It doesn't help the Titans defense when a guy like Terrence Mitchell, who proved to not be much better than Caleb Farley, was on the field, because he wasn't very good. And it also didn't help Caleb Farley to not be out there and not be able to get those reps, to know, hey, these coaches don't have a lot of faith in me, to not get the game action. He is I don't want to call him a head case, but you can tell there is a little bit of confidence issues going on with him that's affecting him on the field. And you have to look at Mike Vrabel. You have to look at some of the substitutions that were made and says, how much does that affect this kid's confidence? A guy who hasn't played much football to then not have an opportunity to right his wrongs after he makes a mistake. So I do think that plays a factor. Absolutely.
Yeah, he just doesn't know how to play corner right now. And then the coaches are telling him they don't trust him, so he's just all messed up. All right, A to Z Sports here live on the halftime show. The Titans do lead 14-10. Look, if you look at the numbers, that 75-yard catch and touchdown from Diami Brown absolutely counts. But if you take it away, the Commanders only have 87 yards of offense in the first half. Now, you have to count the thing that scored the touchdown that's big, but the Titans defense doing pretty good overall. Derrick Henry, you mentioned it, Sam, 18 carries for 83 yards and a touchdown. He also has that 2 catches for 30 yards. And I got to say, both of them, we talked about this in the pregame briefly. Can the Titans run the Derrick Henry screen 3 games in a row? The answer is yes. And then a beautiful play design the very next snap, faking a swing pass to Henry and then throwing the screen to Hilliard on the backside for a touchdown. Cash my anytime touchdown Dontrell Hilliard bet on BetMGM, just as Sam cashed his Derrick Henry over 12.5 receiving yards bet on BetMGM. So a great thing for us individually there. But Derrick Henry's catch on second down right before his 1-yard touchdown run at the goal line was probably the best catch I've seen him make in a Titans uniform.
A contested catch for a guy that dropped a couple wide open passes a week ago and then made a point in practice to get on a jugs machine and just start catching balls. And he was running routes and trying to work on his hands. He knows, at least in 2022, that is going to be a part of his role. That is a part of this Titans offense. They're not dynamic enough at the wide receiver position. Their offense does not have enough weapons to use Derrick Henry as a pure downhill runner. He has to start getting involved in the passing game. That's how they found success and opened things up. They're going to keep going to it. And so far, Derrick's done a nice job tonight of taking advantage of some of those opportunities. A great, great contested catch by a guy that said he enjoys it. He told us during a press conference, like, man, it's fun. I love catching passes. I just have to make sure I catch the ball. He's doing so well tonight.
All right, Sam. So Derrick Henry's got 30 yards receiving on top of 83 yards rushing and a touchdown in the first half. So let's ask this question. We do this every halftime show. What is your confidence level in the Titans winning this game versus the Commanders in the second half? It's a 1 through 10. What is your confidence level in the Titans winning this game? Again, they haven't scored but just 7 second half points all season long. What's your confidence level 1 through 10? And like Stephen King says, hit the like while you're watching us on YouTube and like the show before you go as well. So hit the like there on YouTube, like the show before you go. What is your confidence level in the Titans winning this game? Sam, I'm going to send you to the chat here in a second, but thanks to all of our sponsors. Apps you need to download to your phone. Crumble cookies, because everybody loves cookies. You're lying if you don't. Download the Crumble Cookie app. BetMGM, Sam and I are winners today on the BetMGM app. You could too. Download that app, sign up with our code ATOZ Sports, and also the No Dat app. Sign up for that as well and download that. MrGoodRoof.com for roofing, gutters, and windows, and Buddy Allen Carpet One for all of your flooring needs. So, Sam, what is the confidence level for Titans fans in the chat at halftime?
We got Julius saying 6, Mason saying 4, Kai's at 4, Oscar 5, Jamie, Titans Kyle, and Anthony are all at 4, a 7 from Ty Kendrick. Rick is at a 1. Rick's being a downer. He's at a 1. Danny's at a 6. Brian's at a 4. Preston 5. Sam 5. Shane 5. William 2. Kendrick 5. Doesn't feel like people are too confident, Austin. Jared, so far, he's like the highest I've seen at 8.2.
Yeah.
Scott's at an 8, but here we go. Titan Man is at a 9. He's feeling good, but I haven't seen too many people above the 5-6 range so far. So Titans fans, maybe I think the better question is, how many points do they score in the second half? Do we have to go there?
Well, I mean, a lot of these numbers you're reading off could also be points they score in the second half.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly, right? So,
right,
yeah, we got some higher scores coming in now.
About to come back. What do you think? 1 out of 10, how confident are you of the Titans winning this game?
I'm at a 7, and I'm at a 7 because that was an ugly half, and they really did not much right outside of the front four and Derrick Henry, and yet they're up 4 points. This is a find-away team. Washington's bad. I think they find a way to come out of this on top, have a better second half than they have.
So you were a what again? I'm sorry.
I'm going to go 7. I'm a 7. I'm a 7.
Man, I'm at 5.5. This thing's we're going to be holding on to your butts all second half long.
We might be, but I think they pull it out. I don't think it'll ever be easy with this Titans team.
No.
But that doesn't mean they can't overcome.
There you go. There you go. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching our halftime show. We will have the Buddy Allen Carpet One post-game show coming up. That's Buddy Allen Carpet One, Nashville.com for all of your carpet needs. Check them out for sure. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years in the mid-state. Buddy Allen Carpet One, Nashville.com for the post-game show. After this, enjoy the second half as best you can. We'll talk to you then. Appreciate it.